Hi, my name is Kilda Mann. Out of drag, I use they, them, but in drag, I pretty much use any pronouns.
So, what got you into drag and how long have you been doing drag?
So I've been doing drag for about 7 years. I started off when I was a little kid. I used to be a dancer, so I've always really loved performing. I've always loved the stage, and I was just super, super into Lady Gaga in high school. And I just saw a lot of drag queens, a lot of drag kings, like a lot of people who liked Lady Gaga introduced me to queer culture and queer community in general. And in that community is when I really started finding drag. And what really, really got me into it is I watched season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race just randomly in college. And I fell in love with a lot of the queens. Like, I loved a lot of the queens on there, and I just decided I really wanted to start doing drag. So I practiced my makeup, and then it just kind of happened. Like, I just wanted to do it for fun, wanted to just do an open stage for fun, and I really, really loved it. So I decided to keep with it. And I mean, here I am 7 years later doing drag.
What does being a drag performer mean to you?
So to me, drag is the exaggeration of gender, is what I see. Drag is it's a celebration and a performance and queer liberation, and it's just really loving and embracing gender to me. And I feel like drag is inherently political because drag shows that all genders are valid and all genders to be deserve to be loved and celebrated.
How do you feel about being a queer performer and person in a red state like Iowa?
Honestly, it could be a little bit hard for me. Like, I've always really wanted to start testosterone, start transitioning, but honestly, living in Iowa, I'm scared too. I'm scared a right wing maniac is gonna attack me. Like, it's just so, so scary. Like, being out there and performing, like, I could get canceled by the Red Wing mob, like, anytime. It can happen to anybody at any time. It's super scary. The political climate is terrifying to me, and I really hope that we elect Kamala Harris and get this turned around very soon.
What is your hope as a performer to bring to maybe either the future of Iowa or even just like simply the community?
So something I feel like I feel like I deserve a little bit more recognition for is that very early on in my drag career doing drag in Iowa, it was not a friendly place for drag queens like me who were assigned female at birth. And then I'm also trans on top of that. So that added a whole other can of worms. And just the names I would get called for being a little bit different were just so disgraceful. And I really fought against that, and I really pushed back, and I did not allow myself to be disrespected like that. And my activism and fighting really created a safer place for performers of marginalized genders. So early on in my career, I had no choice but to fight, or else I'd be blatantly disrespected. And I'm glad I did, because now the scene is just so diverse and there's just so many performers of so many different backgrounds. It's amazing, and I'm so glad I didn't back down.
If you could say something to Kim Reynolds, what would you tell her?
I would tell her that she really inspired me to get California sober, because she taught me what I will be if I keep drinking, and I really don't want to end up like her. So thank you, Kim, for helping me put the bottle down.
Is there anything else in your story or anything you want to talk about?
Honestly, stand Peppa Pig. Like, Peppa Pig created the whole world. And find a place in your heart for Peppa. Just find somewhere in your heart for Peppa, and I'll end with that.
Period. That's all my questions.
I love you.
Love you.
This was so fun.